And by the way, what I'm doing here right now, this is a Nokia N95. It's a cell phone. And it's connected to a service called QIK.com, and it's streaming live. So in another, I don't know, 10 minutes, if I wanted to put this on a blog, actually people probably are getting this through my Twitter feed, and I'll explain what a Twitter feed is. And they're probably already on the site watching us.
Yeah,
hi.
keep your profanity to it.
Fuck! No. So going back, so it's very important in terms when we're talking about blogging race or blogging for social justice to understand that it's not the content. For you right now, what is most important, and I will tell you, and we'll talk a little bit about that because you guys are going to participate in a little bit, but it's how you use the platform in order to create a sphere of influence that moves forward your advocacy. Very, very important. And this is why whenever we go into conferences like these, you know, I've always said, blogging is the beginning of creating alternative broadcasting networks in this country. So, you know, you can start, you can try to swat down Time Warner and, you know, and ABC and CNN and all these big companies, but you're talking about, you know, fighting against multi-billion-dollar industries that has no reason to change at all. So, you know, in network theory, the whole idea is that since there's no center per se, you can always build a network around a network. And you can always build a sphere of influence around a sphere of influence. And so how you link to other sites, how you pick bloggers to quote, how you bring people into your site, and you go out into other places, out on the web, is going to create the kind of sphere of influence that will allow you to move your advocacy forward. And that's why it's important to have a knowledge of digital, you know, have digital literacy, understand what digital capital is, in order to then leverage into digital capacity.
Right.
Take it away.
Because that third element is important. So, you know, what do you do with that digital capital? You don't want to just replicate opportunities for yourself. You want to create networks, communities, institutions, vehicles to expand, to amplify your message. That's digital capacity, right? So we have a perfect example is Huffington Post. Huffington Post has created a huge digital capacity where people who want to write for free,
right,
you know, who have views that are perhaps too progressive for